Chapter 3551. Charlie's original intention was to take out a rejuvenation pill to give to Helena. Half of it to Helena to cure her illness, and the remaining half for her to take it to the Nordic queen whose life was in danger. As long as she can return to Northern Europe to see the Queen, the remaining half of the rejuvenating pills into two parts, to the Queen first, given to her it will certainly make the Queen awakened from the deep coma. When the time comes, she can use the other half as a condition to make the Queen give her the throne. And the Queen will definitely do her best to help her to the throne when she sees the efficacy of the rejuvenation pill. Charlie believed that for an old woman who was already in a deep coma and terminally ill, to wake up again would be like living again. Therefore, she will definitely cherish this opportunity extremely. If she could get a second dose of the rejuvenation pill, her life could continue at least for several more years or even longer in good health. I believe she would not be able to resist this temptation. However, now Charlie suddenly heard that Helena's sister named Olivia was going to intermarry with the Rothschild family. This is a good opportunity to contact the Rothschild family in advance. Therefore, he would like to personally go over to Northern Europe to see what the purpose of the Rothschild family's marriage with the Northern European royal family is, and by the way, he can also touch the Rothschild family line. Once Helena heard Charlie say that he was going to travel to Europe with her, she was naturally overjoyed. She had witnessed his strength and knew that if he took the plunge, he would be able to put her on the throne. At that time, she would not only be able to save her mother, but also completely wipe out her former shame. So, she said to Charlie with immense gratitude, "Mr. Wade, thank you." Charlie waved his hand, looked around the crowd, said, "Thank you all friends for today. Despite the danger rushing to wait arrest, most of you have come a long way. Why not go later to the Shangri-La Hotel to rest? I have to go to Northern Europe later today. Before leaving, I want to thank you all at the Shangri-La banquet. Please do not hesitate to attend." Nanako hurriedly said, "You have a business to deal with, don't be busy without us, and we did not help this time, so you don't need to personally host a banquet to thank." Charlie said very seriously, "Nanako, we people are concerned about love and righteousness, although today I had a battle with the Cataclysmic Front, and did not let you all meet with the Cataclysmic Front. But you were still willing to come to help me at such a time. This is love and righteousness. In my eyes, this weighs more than 1,000 bars of gold." Philip stood out at this time and said with a smile, "Ladies and gentlemen, all of you who are gathered here today consider Charlie as a good friend, confidant, and even family member. Since he has said so, you may as well wait for a while in Eastcliff, and after the Wade family's ancestral ceremony, drink a few cups with him." Hearing this, Elder Song immediately said, "Since Master Wade has said so, I will wait for him to finish the ancestral ceremony and have a drink together." Yuhiko Ito also said, "Mr. Wade, please make sure to prepare more good wine tonight. I will not return until I am drunk." Charlie smiled, "Don't worry, Mr. Ito, I'll have enough good wine." Chapter 3552. After that, Charlie looked at Warnia and said, "Warnia, you should arrange for the bus to take everyone to Shangri-La for a short rest." Warnia immediately agreed and softly said, "Master Wade, don't worry, I will arrange everyone well." "Good." Charlie once again arched his hand to the crowd and said with a clasped fist, "Ladies and gentlemen, later on, is the Wade family ancestor sacrifice ceremony. So I would like you all to go to the hotel to rest first, and after the sacrifice ceremony is over, I will see you there first." The crowd also knew that the Wade family ancestral ceremony was held only once every 12 years, and it was solemn and private, and it was not a public ceremony, so it was not appropriate for the people to stay here and watch. So, everyone bid farewell to Charlie and Jonquan and left waitrest on the bus arranged by Warnia and Nanako, heading for the Shangri-La Hotel in Eastcliff. After a number of buses left, except for the members of the Cataclysmic Front kneeling on the ground and the Sioux family, the rest were all Wade family members and the butler Leon. Cataclysmic Front to Joseph as the head, nearly 100 people in a pyramid shape neatly kneeling in worship. These people are in a posture of the legs together, arms bent at the same time with forehead knocked on the ground. After all, they are all practitioners, so everyone kneels at the same angle and posture, looking neat and tidy. Moreover, they were all kneeling on the ground in a state of unparalleled piety. In particular, kneeling at the forefront is Joseph, even if the expression hidden within the bend of the arm is full of shame. And the Sioux family father and son, although they did not dare to slacken, but after all, the body strength cannot support, kneeling not long, the body cannot support, so they can only let the upper body lying on the ground. So, the two's kneeling posture is not perfect. The Wade family, Andrew, Morgan, and others, looked at Charlie apprehensively, afraid that he would settle accounts with them at this time. Charlie watched the bus convoy descend the mountain, slowly turned around, stared at the Wade family with a torch-like gaze, and said in a cold voice, "Today, in front of the ancestors of the Wade family, I officially take over the Wade family's large and small affairs. And the first thing I do after taking over is to give the soft-boned Wade family heirs a good calcium supplement." Hearing Charlie's words, the weak-hearted crowd couldn't help but shiver. They looked at Charlie's stance, they knew he was going to start liquidating. At this moment, just by a word he took away the family power from the old man Wade. He spoke, "Charlie. This situation of the Wade family today, it is really necessary to rectify it. You must not be lenient just because you care about your family." Charlie nodded and said coldly, "Of course. Some of the Wade family's descendants, in order to live on, do not hesitate to leave the Wade family's dignity and interests behind, do not hesitate to give up the ancestral graves and family business. And even prepared mourning clothes in advance to pray for forgiveness for those who are not relatives, these people, and when the national crisis, what is the difference between the traitors who betrayed the enemy and surrendered?" All the Wade family members carrying mourning clothes were so nervous that their legs were shaking. Cynthia, who was most scornful of Charlie, knelt on the ground with a poof, choked with snot and tears. "Charlie, Aunt was wrong. Aunt is sorry to the ancestors of the Wade family. You are now the head of the Wade family, no matter how you chastise, Aunt will never complain." While crying, she pulled out the mourning clothes hidden in her arms and threw them on the ground, crying with remorse, "Charlie, please, for the sake of the first aunt to know the mistake and admit the punishment, be lenient to Aunt. From now on I will not commit it again." Andrew, Changyan, and others instantly looked dumbfounded. They also wondered, the character of the most intense Cynthia, how she can be first to admit the fault today. It turns out, she wants to grab a headline for a lighter sentence. Andrew's teeth itched with hate. In the heart he cursed, "Cynthia, in the end, your brain knows how to grow. Even the wallflower is not as fast as her reaction." Please subscribe to my YouTube channel for new updates. Thank you very much, keep safe everyone, and God bless you all.